Hello everyone, I'm Pragya and welcome to my podcast Passion Pragya. Last year in science, I studied about the climate change and its impacts. We read a lot about water level rising and global warming, but climate change has a much more impact than what we see at surface level. It impacts many societies and mostly girls. How? This is what we will learn in today's podcast with a very special guest, Miss Dorcas, and widely also known as Miss Climate Kenya. She is a 24-year-old Maasai climate advocate from Kenya, and she holds multiple titles in the modeling industry, for the most recent one being Miss Climate Kenya and the first Miss Climate in the world 2023-2024. She is also the founder of Isilan Organization, founded in 2019, where she works closely with survivors of FGM and child marriages to advocate for change in their society. Ms. Dorcas believes that empowering a woman is empowering a whole community. So I welcome Ms. Dorcas.
Thank you very much, Pragya. And
You
it's indeed an honor to be in this wonderful podcast today. And yes, so my name is Dorcas Naishorua, and I come from a village called Oloosirkon in Kajiado County, that is in Kenya. So I'm very honored to be in this space today, and I look forward to interacting with you more and getting to understand and getting to also share our ideas on this specific podcast today. Thank you, Pragya.
Thank you so much for coming, and I'm going to start with the first question. I would like to know about your childhood and how you see the time is different from that time and now.
Thank you very much for that. So, of course, times have really changed since I was born in a very small village in Kajiado County, and where we had very close knit community. This involved when we got to playing, we go play together with other kids, and it was more of a social community responsibility for each and every child in the community. So a lot has changed. That is in terms of my upbringing. I would say it has really changed, but also in terms of the environment, how life was, and how free we would just be there walking around with our livestock in the bush. But nowadays, population has really come. People have really moved, and we are having dense population now. So a lot has really changed. Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing, and I know you're doing so much, and we're going to talk more about your incredible journey and your determination. So, how has climate change impacted the Maasai community, and what led to the practice of grass for girls?
I would say climate change has really affected us as the Maasai community, or we'll just put this together as many indigenous communities here in Kenya. So, first of all, when you're talking about climate change, for a local person in the village who doesn't really know much about it, the whole concept of climate change is more of we have rains and when we do not have the rains. So, when we fail to have rains for some time, then we are like, oh my goodness, then that is climate change. But we don't really have the whole concept of what is climate change really, yeah. But having climate change striking our communities, it has really affected us because here you get that during droughts, our livestock, many of our livestock die, which was very sad to see last year, the last 2 years. It was very sad to see our livestock dying, and this has been the main source of income for many families in my community. So when climate change comes and now we do not have livestock, which is the main source of income, then it poses the question, how are these people going to survive? So now imagine this person has no job, this person has no investment, and they have been holding on to their livestock for the longest time in their lives. So these people are left with no choice. They are forced by circumstances to trade their young girls for grass. So then the small livestock that are still remaining then can get some bales or some haystacks that they can survive on for a few months or so. So climate change has really affected the Maasai community and many indigenous communities here in Kenya. And a young girl is I mean, girls are just vulnerable because you then use them as an asset for the survival of the whole family. So climate change has really driven a lot of these cases of girls being traded for grass. So basically, before this entire process happens of girls being exchanged for grass, then it means you have to undergo a cut that we normally say female genital mutilation. So female genital mutilation, known as FGM, then it is it's a significant kind of passage in life. So then they say when you go through FGM, then you qualify to be a woman. If you have not gone through the FGM, that now this is the cut, then you're not a woman. So climate change really brings very, very painful results back to the community that we really wish if we had choices or if we had some of the alternatives, then we will have a better way to get over climate change and its impact. Yeah, so climate change is real and climate change is really affecting communities, our community, and propelling more cases of girls for grass. Yeah.
Grass for Girl. It's such a interesting conversation and an eye-opener, inspiring thing for all of us. I did not know that so many people get impacted and all of this is happening, and how climate change can impact the entire society, especially girls, and everything we do has an effect of it. Even this year, I started plastic recycling in my house, and I made many videos to inspire others. So when they see your interview, I hope they also get inspired to start doing something.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
next one is, you're doing so many things to give many people a better future, especially girls. I would like to know a little bit more about your initiatives, challenges, and results.
All right. Thank you for that. So, of course, as Miss Climate Kenya, that also as mentioned earlier, my modeling career started when I was quite young. I was only 18 years. So then I founded an organization called Isilan Community-Based Organization, where basically I work closely with young women and girls in the community. So through this, I get to have an opportunity to interact with individuals who have actually experienced the harsh realities or the harsh impacts of climate change. So these are people who have survived things to do like FGM. These are people who have survived issues to do with early marriage. And so then we come together and try to get solutions. I mean, we already went through FGM. I already got married when I was very young. And I mean, I can't really do much right now. So, what are some of the things that we can do at our capacity at the moment? So, in this kind of scenario, I get to give them this capacity to also explore opportunities and some of the things that they can actually do very well in their own way. So these initiatives are like beadwork. So as you see me beautifully dresses in these Maasai ornaments, these are some of the initiatives we have been working with them. Because now I will get them and ask them just do me a very beautiful piece like this or even this in my hand, and then I will take the initiative to go and try and get the market outside. So then these people will get to realize that with a small amount of money that they're able to get, then they'll be able to channel in the survival of their family. This means someone would sell this piece and then be able to buy a packet of flour. Someone will be able to go and get the vegetables for the family, and that is basically empowering them economically. So in that line also, we do songs, we do sing. So through our voices, we get to let the whole world hear some of the impacts of, let's say, cultural malpractices that have affected us as the Maasai community and many indigenous communities, basically. So through these songs, we have done 5 songs that talk more about the importance of education, the need to end FGM, the need to end early marriage, climate change, and embracing the power of our voices. So through these songs, you get to also allow the young girls and women to express themselves. So through this expression, then you get to understand, I mean, this is how the whole journey of let's say, this victim has been. And it is through their voices, because it's very difficult for you to go and ask them, okay, I heard that you went through FGM. So tell us, talk to me, tell me how it was. That might be a very difficult topic to talk to them about it because others still have the trauma. But allowing them to share the stories through songs is something that we have really embraced, and we are seeing them coming back more vibrant and more happier. So still in that note, we have champions of environmental conservation. We do tree planting. So in 2020, we adapted a section of an area called Olekule Ranch. So here we decided to bring it back to life. So this is a section of an area that really went through a lot of deforestation at some point. So we had the area fenced off, and then we started planting trees. And as for now, we have planted more than 100,000 trees in that space. So we are champions of environmental conservation. So here also we get to engage with young children and also teenagers in school in environmental education. So then here we get time twice or thrice in a month, and then we go to different schools. We tell them about climate change. We tell them about the importance of environmental conservation. We also get to tell them like what it was in our time and what are some of the differences, or what are some of the changes we have got to experience. So now we also get to also encourage them that we don't really have to go down the stream in a bad way, but there's one way or another we can come up and also get to enjoy the goodness of our environment. So that has been me with the organization that I have been closely working with, but also in my space as Miss Climate Kenya, of course, engaging with many youths in Kenya and across Kenya, just talking about what is climate change really. What are some of the things that we can do as the youth in this country? So it's been an honor, and that is basically my work. And also not forgetting that as the first Miss Climate in the world, then of course I stand in the gap, showing and also getting to express the whole issue of climate change in a global platform. So basically, because I have also got to see the good side of having a very wonderful environment, and also the bad side of experiencing a very traumatizing section of climate change. So it has also really put me in a very I would say in a very good space where I understand what am I really talking about, what are some of the things that I have seen, and what are the changes that I am really encouraging and calling people to action. Yeah. So thank you, Pragya, for that. And that is me and my work.
Well, I love it, and you're very brave, and you're definitely making a huge impact for many people. So, if I was there, I would be very grateful for what you're doing. And now, I asked all the people in all my interviews, how can young people or children from different countries support children or can support this in Kenya?
Pragya, I would say, of course, children are the tomorrow's generation. So, first of all, really empowering them to be the voices. That is something that we should really key and take it as a key component in this. So, how other children in the world can come and support children here in Kenya? I would say, first of all, through educational workshops, where which can be achieved through things like workshops. So here you find that when we are having young children like you now, sitting down with a young girl in the rural parts of Kenya, and then you're like, you know what? So I know about this, and I would like to share this with you, and I also want to share some educational materials to you, which you also understand that not everyone has access to education in the world. So some other people are having challenges on how to access knowledge in different ways. So first of all, we can do educational exchange, where children, of course, can exchange their ideas globally. Secondly, I would say advocacy and partnership. So in this, we can be having Pragya collaborating with young children from Kajiado County, from where I come from. And through these partnerships in this project, we find that you get an opportunity to fly to Kenya at some time. And then you come and see what are some of the projects that young children are doing here in Kenya. So through that exchange, you get to understand that the person who's really the child that is hosting the program or the project here gets encouraged and is motivated to take now that those projects from this region to the other region. So encouraging them in that area, I would say, is something that can really work, and it's something that children can also support each other to make the world a better place. um, I would also say things by also collaborating, I really believe that it can foster mutual understanding and also a sense of global citizenship. So this is not a problem with Kenya only. This is a problem that many other children in the world are taking responsibility for. So having these exchanges is something that will really support children from different parts of the country. I would also say children can also use their creative talents to produce artwork, they can produce stories or even videos, and they can share, and this will still raise awareness about the challenges faced by Kenyan children and inspire us to also get involved. So I think children supporting children is one of the very impactful projects that someone can really sit down and invest in, because at the end of the day, the children have no hatred, children have no things to do with tribe, children have no fear. They're just there to interact, and they're also there to just get to see, wow, she's a beautiful girl, oh, she's a handsome boy, wow, what is she doing, what is he doing, let us work it together, and they get to enjoy. And the vibrancy also creates young children with a vision, and children who are seeing beyond, I mean, just having a wonderful breakfast at home or dinner. Yeah.
I love it, and I will definitely love to come there and do something for sure. Like, it's really nice, and it's really nice the thing you said, children for children, and that's really amazing. And I'll definitely share these points with my friends and family, so we can do something together, and we can make this a better thing. And my last question is, and I really love this question because what message and points would you like to give to our audience in making a positive impact? What message?
um the one message I would like to convey, message of hope and a call to action. Yeah, because as global citizens, all of us have a responsibility to support the empowerment of girls and create a more sustainable and equitable future for all of them. So I would encourage us to learn more about the challenges faced by communities, whether it is through research, or just getting to the ground and getting to know how is this happening, and also find ways to get involved. So this includes whether it's you supporting them financially, is you supporting them through advocacy, it's you supporting them through even volunteering. Your time and even your skills is much of something I would call to action. Like, it's time, let's move it, let's stop the talking, let's stop the round tables, it's time for action. Yeah.
I love that message. And you said hope, and we have to take action, which is so true. And I'm so grateful I had the opportunity to talk to you today about your work, and your story is so inspirational. And again, thank you for coming, and thank you for coming to my podcast. And I want to see you so soon.
Thank you very much, Pragya, and I look forward to seeing you here. And I hope you also get to have an opportunity to engage with young children here in Kenya and get to understand the unique challenges and some of the unique ways we can make the world a better place. So, thank you so much for having me. It's been an honor, and keep up the good work, keep up the good spirit. Yes, you are a superstar.
Thank you. And again, thank you everyone for joining today. Please subscribe to my channel, Passion Pragya, for more inspirational talks from across the globe. Thank you.